The bigger the government, the less freedom you have. That's just a reality. That's the topic that I want to be covering today. That is because there has been new bill in signing called the Big Beautiful Bill from Trump, and there are a lot of parts of this. We talk about how this wants to cut the Medicaid, but I want to expand on a little bit more idea today, a bigger idea than just the bill itself. I want to go a bit farther. I want to go a bit deeper about this particular situation. The most important thing is that they want to increase deficit. And this will obviously bring a lot of money into the government. But if the government has more money, especially, deficit type of money, the government just grows bigger and bigger and bigger because it has more money. So it issues new projects. And these projects basically interfere into the just general markets, into the general economy that is usually run by individual people. But as the government grows, it takes bigger and bigger share of this normal part of the economy. It just grows bigger and bigger due to the increasing of deficit. And this will basically take away slowly but surely. It chirps on individual people's freedom as the government grows. And that's the thing that I want to talk about today. Now, before we go any further in this topic, I just want to make sure that you do me a favor, guys. You know how it is. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. It truly helps a lot this channel. So please make sure to do that. We also talk about why Trump is wrong in our previous videos. We also talk about the Afrikaners thingy. We talk about why China is heavily dependent on the United States, not the other way around, but why China is actually heavily dependent on the United States. We also talk about why the tariffs were paused. We generally speak about coups and proxy wars on this channel. We talk about a lot of stuff on this channel. We talk about generally on geopolitics, about geopolitics and macroeconomics. That's the topics that I am most interested about. And so if you feel like I have missed something, if you feel like I have not talked about something enough, make sure to write it down in the comments. I check them out, and if I see something that I am truly interested in, I may cover it in the future topics. I may cover it in the future videos. Also, you may have noticed, I have talked about this a lot, in the video called the Afrikaners thingy, about the South African farmers. You have probably noticed that I have went a lot from my memory. I had a lot, I have a big gaps in my knowledge. Had big gaps in my knowledge, and so many of you have told me in the comments, and I would encourage you to do so even more. If you feel like in this particular video about the growing government and how it takes on your freedoms, if you feel like I have missed something, if you feel like I have just not talk about some parts of this topic enough, make sure to write it down in the comments so that I can learn something new, but also our entire community can learn something new. So it would be truly helpful if you would do that. I sometimes read the comments. I don't read every single comment, but I try to read as much as possible. So make sure to write it down below. We have to understand that the United States, similarly, same way like every other country, they have a yearly budget. That's just a budget, and they raise taxes, and they expect to raise a certain amount of taxes, and based upon that they try to tailor the budget so that they don't usually spend too much. But we know from recent history, that the United States has been spending like a drunken sailor. They have truly been spending a lot, especially since the COVID. There has been just a lot of spending from governments all over the world, but the United States government has been just exceptional spender, exceptional drunken sailor that spends a lot. They have issued pretty much 4 trillions of extra debt. 2 trillions was Trump in the 2020 before even the election, and 2 trillion was Joe Biden in the years of 2021. And also he increased deficit furthermore in the Bidenomics in 2023 in order to prevent recession, which is something that the Trump's administration is trying to do as well. They try to stimulate the economy by basically borrowing more and more money in order to stimulate the economy. The problem is that if you increase the budget by borrowing more and more money, the government sort of grows and grows and grows because it takes this extra money and issues new projects. And these projects are meant to basically hire private contractors, usually to do different things. It doesn't have to be just defense, but they have been increasing defense budget. There will be $1 trillion in the new defense budget, but it doesn't have to be just defense. It could be private contractors like, when there is a food stamps, so private food kitchens have a government contract in order to supply those who need the most. Basically, the government provides the money to buy up the food that these private kitchens need, and they will then distribute this food for free, those who need. This is, for example, one of the government projects that he also seems to be wanting to cut on, which is quite crazy. But this is insane. They are cutting the budget where the people need it, and this is quite insane. But that is, for example, how the government stimulates the economy, because it also hires private contractors in the economy in order to stimulate the economy. This means that the government sort of grows and grows and grows. And as it grows, it also starts to spend more on defense. And the Pentagon basically also hires private contractors like Lockheed Martin and Boeing and other manufacturers of weapons. But it's not just manufacturers of weapons. In the recent history, they have been also basically hiring a lot of people in Silicon Valley. There is a running joke that first year you are begging angel investors to give you some money, and the second year you are in Pentagon begging for more money for another round. Basically, a lot of the startups that you know of, a lot of them, they have government contracts, and specifically defense government contracts. So they are part of the war machine. And it's not just the startups, but also the huge giants in the space as well. A lot of brands that I don't want to name right now have been quite in the news, quite in the headlines. A lot of controversy because there are a lot of defense contracts that they are basically profiting from. And so it's not just the cobalt mines in Africa. It's not just the sweatshops in China. It's also the defense contractors all over the world that these Silicon Valley companies are also profiting from. And one thing that the government has been increasingly doing has been investing in as they call it, cyber security, securing the border and stuff like that. But what it really means is they have been investing in facial recognition software. They have been issuing a lot of government contracts that basically are meant to surveil people. Surveil not just people outside of the country, but more specifically the domestic surveillance have just ramped up insanely. And it is a lot in the name of protecting the border and protecting from the migrants who are so violent. That is also true, but most importantly, it's about surveillance and global surveillance of not just the American people, but also people outside of the United States. It has been increasingly about just the sheer amount of and the scalability of surveillance that these new tech giants are able to do for the government. And so as the government grows and grows, it also issues more these government contracts that make it just impossible to refuse. And so a lot of these corporations are tempted to basically dance with the devil, and they sell a lot of your data, a lot of your private data. They sell it to the government in order to surveil the public. That is just reality. This is a reality what is happening. And so as the government grows, your freedoms shrink. You are more and more surveilled each day and day. I am more surveilled each day and day. We all are. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. Make sure to check out the videos here, there, and everywhere. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.